Hello, everyone. This is Nataraja with the Inner Heart Navigators. We are still alive and well and moving along. Mecca and I are on the opposite sides, but I'm going to be still actually talking to you more and more as we move forward. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, specifically, what keeps coming up for me super strong, is the word keeps coming through is sovereignty. And what I'm feeling that the message that I need to convey is that it might look as you look at the landscape and you're seeing, um, you might be seeing one, it almost feels like one reality, but you're feeling a different reality. And if you're feeling that and seeing that is because that's what's happening. There are two different um, frequencies. There's two different consciousnesses that are being played out right now, and we get to choose. We get to choose the timelines in which we're moving, and we might look out and see that, oh, this all this politically is happening. The state of the globe, everything's falling apart. There's all this fighting, um, the virus, all this stuff, and we think that that's our world. But the reality is that's not our world. We get to choose our world. And what's coming through really, really strongly is the issue of sovereignty. The moment that we wake up, the moment that we connect to the true divine center beingness that we are actually a divine light being that can create, that can be in a completely different space. And that what I'm saying is like you're feeling like I'm in this, I'm seeing this, and the world is falling apart. And I don't know why I'm not feeling that. You might being one of those people. You feel like you're seeing like all this like chaos and division, but you're feeling like that doesn't belong. Somehow I don't feel like I'm part of that. Or you might be feeling like you keep bouncing back between different realities, and what that means is that you actually are bouncing back. We get to in any moment we get to choose what realm or what game we're wanting to play in. And it's very, very challenging for all of us to be looking at this landscape and feeling like that's my world. But when we really tap into sovereignty, we can say, no, that is not my world. My world is this. And this is what I claim to be true for me. And you might think, well, how do you do that when you see all these things around you? How do you just claim a reality? By claiming it is just choosing and deciding to be in it. There is the 3D realm of division, hate, infighting, polarity, uh, anger, fear, manipulation, control, um, vaccines, the virus, all these different things is one reality. And then the other reality is oneness, love, compassion, light, um, connection, connection to others, connection to nature, connection to ourselves. And in each moment, we're able to make a decision of where our energy center is. And the moment, and it's almost like as if you're going through a TV channel and you're like, you see all this chaos and you're like, I'm going to change the channel. I'm not going to be on that channel. And you change the channel, and then you're like, oh, okay, I can create this other world in which I'm connected to my family, I'm connected to my friends, And it might seem like it's impossible, and I want to continue having these discussions about how possible it actually is for us to um, be seeing these two different worlds playing out and actually be in this space of creating the new world. And when we are tapped into sovereignty, we are able to say, I do not claim that for myself. And when we step out of the division, step out of the polarity, step out of the divide, step out of the anger, the fear, manipulation, and fear is on both sides. Oh my God, um, the vaccines, the corruption, blah 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 blah, whatever it is. There's that fear of that is just as strong as fear on the other side of, oh, the virus, um, or the mask or whatever it is. And so either side of everything that we're looking at in our landscape is really about a consciousness, about a choice of sovereignty, about a deep knowing that we can actually play a different game. We can we can see this game, watch it, and say, that is not my game. Or we can see this and we're like, I'm choosing I'm choosing to be on that path. And so what we're needing to do is to understand deeply that the structures that have been ruling an old paradigm, an old way of being, are no longer relevant. And so so the um the the conversations I've been having is almost as like we have financial systems, we have structures, we have schools, we have like work, all these different structures that are like a box, right? And that was our 3D reality. And it's almost like we're trying to overlay a 3D reality on a moving orb of like light, love, compassion flowing from moment to moment. And these structures of an old way of being cannot fit on top of an orb. If you can imagine that. Um, so and it's conceptually hard to wrap your mind around it. So in this moment, my invitation for you is to really sink into, give yourself a chance to turn it off. Turn off the social media, turn off the news, definitely turn off the mainstream news. For sure. Find people who are aligned with you. For sure. Find people who are aligned with you online, but also people who are aligned with you in the physical world, and have conversations with those people. For sure. Take a time to be able to step out, turn it off, and go deeply within and see within, what is my sovereign truth? What am I claiming to be true for myself? And in that moment, you're going to think and see, wow, I actually don't align with anything that I'm seeing. I want to create something else. So we're at this crossroads, if you will, that we are able to now feel like we're in a new earth and start creating this orb of light, this oneness, this love and light and compassion, knowing that we're living in different ways of creating a new way of existing in the world as we're creating it, or we're trying to stay in old structures that are no longer relevant to the inner light being that we are. Um, so, so this is the thing that I'm really wanting to communicate pretty strong now is this sovereignty. We can say, no, that is not my world. That is not my reality. All these like infighting and this falling apart, this absolute chaos. I'm saying no, it has no place in the world, in the reality, in the realm in which I am now creating my world. Um, And so I'm going to keep having these conversations as the messages are coming through. Mecca and I were going to be jumping on and talking with you all, but I wanted to really share this message of sovereignty, and I hope it lands with you well as we move into the new year. Um, Happy New Year! This is going to be really really beautiful to see. By February, more planets are going to be moving into Aquarius. On December the 21st, Jupiter and Saturn moved into Aquarius. We're stepping into a new age in which old is unraveling. It seems like it's falling apart. It looks like it's falling apart because it is falling apart, but we don't have to be part of that. We get to choose the bliss within, creating for the with the people that we love to create with, and also the beings, the intergalactic beings that we're wanting to create with, our angelic beings, our guides, our soul family. Connect with those who you feel alignment with, and everything else is going to begin to fall away quicker and faster. And the easier it is for us to let go of attachments to an old way of being, and we allow ourselves to welcome in a new way of being, the more deeply we can connect with the new world that we're all wanting to create together. So, on that note, I'm saying, dear travelers, we are with you. Feel free to reach out. We're going to continue talking, and have a beautiful, 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 beautiful day.